Monster trucks at the Motor Mile. Welcome to the annual July 4th weekend Monster Truck Bash. For the last half-decade, the Monster Truck Racing League has been bringing the most powerful machines of the motorsport world to the infield of this legendary NASCAR-sanctioned paved oval. Tonight, bigger than ever, 8 of the top superstars will face off in 3 competitions to determine a champion here in Radford, Virginia. Pit party wrapped up a little bit ago, and these stands are packed full with fans who saw action get underway with the wheelie competition, and we're going to jump right into that after a quick break because we have a ton of show to get through. We'll have wheelie competition highlights, and we'll go qualifying when we come back to the Motor Mile.
This Back Channel Productions program is presented in part by Monsters Monthly. For up-to-date show and ticket info, plus articles, event breakdown, and a wide selection of photo and video galleries, visit monstersmonthly.com.
We are back at the Motor Mile Speedway in Radford, Virginia. Opened things up a little earlier with a wheelie competition. Corey Snyder out of Bethesda, Maryland in Toxic. Nice hit right there, the first of 8 trucks in this field, setting the pace with a strong run early on in the wheelie competition. Up right behind him, though, the wild-looking Volkswagen bus, Kevin King out of Waycross, Georgia. That is Fluffy. A lot of history behind the King name in monster truck competition. His father started in a truck called Radical Motion. Kevin brought that name back for a little while as well, and now behind the wheel of Fluffy, even squeeze an extra hit in there. Straight up and down. Big Volkswagen bus out of the south. Now, a guy who's been on his top here in Radford, Virginia, Roy Pridgeon out of Deltona, Florida, blowing the windows out of the van stack. Gets hung up there for a second, but it was an awesome, awesome run. He laid down in the wheelie competition. Second hit over the other van stack. Knocked tire rack off the back of that one. Roy Pridgeon raising the bar, and the Dodge Ice Cream Man putting a little fear into Corey Snyder there as he slides over in front of him. Now, another truck out of the state of Florida, Kristen Megas getting some big hang time and bouncing into the racing lane right there. Wolf's Head, another member of J.R. McNeil's Amalie Oil Racing Team, and that truck representing Rebesta's Performance. You see the flag on the back. She was not done after just those 2 hits, though. See all this sawdust down there, makes it nice and slick. They'll be able to get some nice donuts here tonight before the competition is over. Another member of the Amalie Oil team out of Deltona, Florida. J.R. McNeil out for a little while, so this vehicle being piloted by Aaron Maisel out of Grand Island, Nebraska. 2 hits on the racing lane, straight up and down. Nice, strong run for that awesome-looking Dodge. Up next, another member, the FTI Torque machine of Jack Brown, getting some nice hang time right there. He wasn't done with just that one hit up and over the elevated single car in the racing lanes, and then back for his second run down the track. Get some nice hang time there. Jack Brown. FTI Torque, not quite enough to take over the lead from Kristen Megas, but here's a home state hero who almost got himself in big trouble. Brandon Budd driving out of disaster. Now you can see the sway bars are tweaked on the left front and left rear, but what you don't see is he's actually damaged the kingpin on the left front. That would hamper his second attempt in the wheelie competition, as you'll see right here. So that wild save would end up being his undoing. Not enough to take over the lead from Kristen Megas. Bud Motorsports Buckshot would be undergoing repairs throughout qualifying, so he would not make a qualifying run. Another home state hero, Tyler Wind, out of Tappahannock and walking tall. Getting some big hang time. Representing that name well, a name that was brought forth by the late, great Maxie Brodus, a man who will be missed forever. And you can see Tyler not afraid to get after it. In the big, bad Chevrolet out of Tappahannock, Virginia. Thought he might go into the lead. Didn't quite work out for him. He wasn't done, though. You see the China tires, you see the sawdust. Just playing around out there a little bit. Your winner in the wheelie competition, however, would be the Wolf's Head machine out of Deltona, Florida. Kristen Migas out of New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Starting things off with a wheelie competition victory in front of a packed house here at the Motor Mile Speedway. Bradford, Virginia, that takes us to the starting line. Roy Pridgeon and the Ice Cream Man trying to go after his teammate on this qualifying run. Kristen Migas had set the early fast run at an 8.18 second elapsed time. A little bit slick on that starting line. You can see this is a driver's track, more than a speed track, but a 7.29 second ET to take the lead. And you'll notice something about the whole top half of our field. We'll tell you after these qualifying highlights. Now, Aaron Basil, the Emily Motor Oil Exterminator, blowing the tires off on the starting line. Lays down a blistering pass. Locking it up in the big Dodge, 6.53 seconds elapsed time to take the top spot. There's one to go. Jack Brown of Daytona, Florida in the FTI Torque Ford. Good run for him, but it would not take the top spot, however. Only one of two trucks to get down into the sixes. There you see the Exterminator FTI Torque, the Ice Cream Man and Wolf's Head rounding out the top half of the field, and that whole top half represented by the team out of Deltona, Florida. Then it's Fluffy, Walking Tall, and Toxic rounding out our qualifying field. Buckshot will be back for round one, but he did not make a qualifying run. We're going to take another break and come back for round one racing here from the Motor Mile. Back with you at the Motor Mile Speedway in Radford, Virginia, getting ready for round number one. An 8-truck field. You see the number one qualifier, Exterminator, will line up with Buckshot, who did not make a qualifying run, seated to the bottom of the bracket. Ice Cream Man, Walking Tall. FTI Torque takes on Toxic, and Wolf's Head will take on Fluffy. So, it'll be a big Dodge against a big H2. First race of round number one. Bud starting to come back at the end, though it was too little too late. However, there may be some problems with the truck in the right lane. Did he make contact with both front tires on the entrance ramp to that final set of cars? We'll find out. Here's a look from the end zone. You'll see. Watch it bounce off to the left, and no, he did not. That means the victory will go to Brandon Budd in Buckshot. He'll get back into the semifinal round. May have a little work to do on that truck, however. He's been having some problems here tonight. He's keeping it running, though. In front of the crowd here, Radford, Virginia now. Walking Tall, Tyler Wind taking on the Ice Cream Man, Roy Pridgeon. Deltona, Florida, gets the big jump off the starting line. Nice straight shot for Roy Pridgeon as Tyler Wynn takes a wild ride in the shutdown area. Hard landing on the right rear tire. Not quite. But Tyler was looking for a walking tall. You'll see the run for the ice cream truck on the right side of the screen. That's the left lane. Watch walking tall's landing right here, hard down on the right-hand side. Now we go right back to the starting line. Jack Brown in the FTI Torque Ford against the Toxic Ford of Corey Snyder out of Maryland. Jack Brown with the advantage coming out, but he's sideways and into the wall. Corey Snyder taking a victory there. Not quite the way Corey would like to have gotten that win as Jack Brown slides into the front stretch wall here at the Motor Mile Speedway. Got to be a disappointment. He had a nice advantage going into that final no man's land section right there, but the truck took a hard left. You'll see it was the landing over the second jump. Did a nice job keeping it off of the wall. Remember, last year there was a truck up on the wall. Right here, though, you can see how quick it turned on him. Got on the brakes and just tapped the concrete a little bit. Corey Snyder moves on to the semifinal round. Now your final first round matchup. Kristen Migas against Kevin King. What a race! Who won that one? It looked like King may have had a little bit of an edge, but we're going to go back to a finish line shot right here. We will see Kevin King in Fluffy. Got there first. It did look like he had the edge in real time, but the officials here going back to make absolutely sure Kristen Migas giving him all he wanted as we move right on into our semi-final round. Buckshot back to take on the ice cream man. Brandon Budd getting a little reprieve after Exterminator DQs in round number 1, and then it's Toxic taking on Fluffy. Look at this little mind game going on in the starting line area. That's a heck of a way to figure out lane choice. So wait till you get up there. Looks like Brandon just pushed Roy over to the right-hand side of the track. Now Bridget, I think, wanted that left-hand lane, but I don't think it's going to work out that way for him. Brandon Budd trying to give himself another shot at the final round here. Not the way he wanted to get through the first round of action, but you take a win any way you can get it. Mark Werner staging up Brandon Budd. Zane Reed staging up Roy Pridgeon on the other side. The green flag is up. And we're ready for the first matchup of the semis. Little edge to the ice cream man. Brandon Budd trying to come back on him. What a finish. It was all Roy Pridgeon, but Budd gave him a run in the end zone. Roy never let off the throttle. Watch him again. Didn't bother waiting for that thing to settle in. I thought he overjumped the second jump. Didn't think there was any way he was going to get that thing lined up for the final launch. Kept it nice and straight. Watch it from the end zone. And watch the white ice cream truck to Dodge with the right-hand lane left of the screen take a wild landing in the shutdown area, but he was past the finish line. It did not matter. Now, your final pairing in the semifinals. Corey Snyder in Toxic in the right lane, taking on Kevin King and Fluffy in the left lane. Corey just trying to get the truck through the round. May not work for him. He's giving Kevin King a run, but Fluffy will move on to the final round. Toxic sliding around a little bit in the shutdown area, trying to stay out of the freestyle obstacles. Will come into play in just a little bit. Another look at that run from the end zone, and you'll see Kevin King just a bit straighter. There in the left lane, Corey Snyder sliding in that sawdust down at the end of the track, though it is keeping the visibility factor much better here as we go to our third place race. And we'll bring Aaron Basil back to the line because Brandon Budd has broken once again in Buckshot, ran the truck as hard as it would go, and it's come back to haunt him. Hopefully he'll have it back together for Freestyle, but Basil gets another shot now at the third place money. Disqualified and now running for third. Nice run for both of those guys. Fourth will go to Corey Snyder and Toxic, and your third place out of racing will go to that guy right there, Aaron Basil, the Amelie Motor Oil Exterminator out of Deltona, Florida, the driver out of Grand Island, Nebraska. That was a good heads-up race right there for third place. I bet he wishes he had picked that left-hand lane in the race pass. Now we look at how we got where we are. The Ice Cream Man defeated Walking Tall and Buckshot to get to the final round. Fluffy defeated Wolf's Head in a close finish, and then Toxic in another pretty close finish in the semifinals. Now the ice cream truck versus the big Volkswagen bus. Florida and Georgia, two guys out of the south, and they meet right here. Now they're both battling for that right-hand lane. Kevin King is going to stick Roy Pridgeon back on the left-hand side of the track near the wall. Maybe a little lane claustrophobia over there. Remember, that lane caught Jack Brown, but you just saw the run that Aaron Basil was able to lay down in the third place matchup, so you have to think this could be a mistake on Kevin King's part. However, Roy Pridgeon just ran the fastest time of the night in that wild semifinal round matchup with Buckshot. Out of the right lane, the green flag has risen. It is time for the championship race here in Radford. King versus Pridgeon. Solid run for both trucks, but Roy Pridgeon will take it through to the winner's circle here at the Motor Mile Speedway as he celebrates in the sawdust. Roy Pridgeon in the Ice Cream Man picking up a race victory and a well-fought battle all the way through that bracket as he comes down the front stretch to celebrate with the fans here on the fence. What a night of action it has been so far here at the Motor Mile Speedway as Roy Pridgeon comes out to the cheers of the crowd here in a packed grandstand at this legendary facility. Roy Pridgeon, got to be a proud moment for him right there, and again gave the crowd a thrill that might have put anybody else out of competition. And that semifinal round matchup with the Buckshot, the kids on the fence, celebrating that victory right there. They love the Ice Cream Man. But we are not done yet. We've got more action to go. Freestyle is coming up next here from the Motor Mile Speedway. It's going to get even wilder before the night is over. One truck leaves the track. Another enters. Top Dog Tucker in the Mini Monster comes to the front stretch, getting the kids on their feet. More from the Motor Mile when we come back. It is freestyle time here at the Motor Mile Speedway in Radford, Virginia. We're going to have to get the kids back off the fence before we get into action here. Kristen Megas giving him a photo op up on top of the bus, giving the officials a chance to get everybody back off the fence. Safety A number 1 here with the Monster Truck Racing League as she goes right for it. Starting off freestyle big in the Wolf's Head Machine. Beautiful looking truck out of the state of Florida. Also representing Ray Besta's performance here this weekend. See the flag on the back. Definitely doing this team and this name a service as she gets some big hang time off the fan stack. Plenty of obstacles to work with out there, and there's actually some nice landing space. Off of the bus stack, you got a little distance before you get into anything else, so we should see some major hang time before the night is over off of that flyaway ramp. Kristen Megas goes to work on the racing lane. Again, I mentioned the sawdust. They've done a great job of keeping this track watered here tonight. You may remember in years past that it was always so dusty here. They've got the dust down nicely this year. See a little bit of standing water. That could actually help these guys and gals when they try to get into donut territory. We'll see, though, as she's back over here on the racing lane, laying down a strong, fast freestyle. Smoking the tires, it's donut time. Big hit over there on the pit side. See all the stock car trailers. We had some stock car racing out here on the track tonight. Looks like that's where she's gonna go. We'll wrap up an awesome freestyle run, opening things up in a big way. I don't think anybody's gonna forget that her first hit was off the bus stack. Kristen Megas in the Wolf's Head Machine out of Deltona, Florida. Kristen out of New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Setting the bar high from the number 1 spot. Here is a look at that first hit again. Megas down hard on the nose. This huge hit over here on this van stack. Awesome start to this freestyle competition. Up next, her teammate, Jack Brown out of Daytona, Florida, and FTI Torque Ford. A nice vertical hit right there. You talk about some strong iron in the world of monster trucks. This team out of Deltona, Florida builds some of the best machines in the business. Those of you who have followed this guy's career, you know he's no stranger to getting some big hang time. He's got a solid machine underneath of him, and I think he's going to do exactly that. Nice hit right there over the backside of the racing lanes. Another big hit off of the single car. Huge air right there and down hard on the left front. Immediately, though, the truck starts to sound a little bit different. There's a little click in the engine now. Little sputter maybe. He's having some mechanical problems, but he laid down a good run. I don't think it's going to take over, but it's nothing to be ashamed of. Jack Brown, the FTI Torque Machine. And you can hear him trying to refire. The truck has gone silent. That'll be the end of the run. The crew member coming down to take a look underneath of it, but that will be the end of it for Jack Brown. A strong showing, though, for the FTI Torque Ford out of Deltona, Florida. Now, Tyler Wynn with the good RII test, just waiting for them to roll the FTI torque forward off the track, and he is underway and walking tall. Big, loud Chevy going to work. Some nice hang time right there for Tyler Wind. Some real pressure on his shoulders to fill these shoes right here, because Maxie, who brought this truck out originally, is probably one of the most beloved guys in the industry. And as I said, he's going to be missed forever, so Tyler has got to represent this name as best he can, and he's doing so. Truck looks nice and clean, too. Still throwing it around, though. Not afraid of that loud pedal as he comes up the middle. Thought he'd go for the bus right there. Still fairly new to the seat of a monster truck, just trying to get his legs underneath of him. You got to start off walking, no pun intended, before you can run, and Tyler trying to do that and walking tall. Definitely not doing anything he needs to be ashamed of. He's getting some big hang time. He's not hurting the truck. Let's see what he's got left. The big Chevy out of Tappahannock. Kind of a classic old school freestyle. And again, if you're new, look at that hit right there down hard on the left. If you're new to the driver's seat, and this is coming from having talked to a lot of veterans about how you really get a feel for one of these trucks, is you don't want to come out and just blister your first time out. You don't want to be afraid to get into the throttle when you need to, but you also don't want to come out and just hurt the truck right off the bat. Now, I think Tyler, he may have done some damage here. He either broke an axle, he's running an open front end, but not going to get a donut out of it here tonight. It doesn't look like he is having some mechanical problems, it looks like, as well, but he gave him a good run there and walking tall. Again, trying to keep the name alive. Home state hero out of Tappahannock, Virginia. The big red Chevrolet called Walking Tall. Tyler Wind laying it down here for the fans in Radford, Virginia, as we get ready for our next competitor. Roll out onto the track. It's going to be another home state favorite, and a guy we are so happy to see got his truck back and running. Brandon Budd, Buckshot out of Culpeper. Not too far down the road from his hometown, so you know he's not going to be afraid to run it. And he goes right for the bus stack. Look at that. Up the step up. Just touches the rear wheels to the top of the ramp and brings it down nice and easy. This guy has built such a name in the time he has taken over to see this truck. He used to run for Mike Hawkins and the Equalizer team, and it shows that he's got some time behind the wheel. This is the swan song year for this chassis running the Buckshot name. Brandon with a new chassis in the works, and this doesn't look good at all. The truck is shut down over there on the turn number 4 side of the track. He's got it refired. Let's see if he can keep it fired. Brandon Budd and Buckshot laying down a strong run so far. Nice vertical hit right there. This is one of those guys, too, that we've had an opportunity to watch grow, just leaps and bounds in the time he's been behind the wheel of this machine. And we've watched this truck get rebuilt into an even stronger machine. It was always a good truck, but now it is an absolute tank of a machine. Almost an indestructible chassis. You don't want to say a chassis is ever indestructible, but if there ever were one, it would be the Buckshot. It's Brandon Budd sets it up on the back wheels, coming down hard. Another big hit over there. That's the stack that upset him at the beginning of the evening. Reading the cars well, by the way, because he launched off the right-hand side rather than going straight down the middle. That stack has been throwing people left. He's been seeing that as he goes up the flyaway again with some huge hang time. What does he have left? Is it just about everything out here? Another big hit right there. Nothing's been small for him out here. Back up the middle. Look at this. Brandon Budd flying up the step-up side. That was the steep side of the bus stack. That just meant to pop up and over to get you to the other side now. Into Cyclone territory. What a run for the Buckshot H2 Hummer out of Culpeper, Virginia. Brandon Budd driving the wheels off of it, tearing it down for the fans here tonight in Radford, Virginia. And I'd say he's taking over the lead right now as he comes down the front stretch. It's a little display of horsepower. Truck sounds good. Looks like it held up for him. Again, any mechanical problem on the run is not showing. Brandon Budd and Buckshot doing an awesome job here at the Motor Mile. Up next, another East Coast legacy right here. So we ride underneath of Corey Snyder's Toxic, truck formerly owned by Travis Petri out of the state of New York, and Corey continuing on with this name and doing it proud. Brand new body on this machine though. He rolled it a week ago. First brand new body this truck has had on it in 9 years. It was finally time to put some new glass on that thing, and it looks good. Truck always running crisp and clean. He and his father go through this truck meticulously to make sure that it is always in tip-top shape. He's running strong out here. He's had his problems this weekend, but just trying to get through it. Though not disappointing the crowd. He's not taking it easy or sandbag. He's definitely throwing down a good run here. As you get an interesting viewpoint of the upper front four-link bars. Corey Snyder going to work in Toxic. Get some nice hang time right here. He may need to pick up the pace to rival Brandon Budd, but he's not disappointing as of right now. And if I know Corey Snyder, he's got a certain trick up his sleeve that may rival what we've seen a couple of these guys do already. Up and over the bus with a nice shot right there. The big green machine out of Maryland, getting the job done here in Radford. See the little glow coming off the brake rotor. He's starting to eat away at that metal on metal. Corey Snyder laying down a nice run here in Toxic. What does he have left for the crowd here at the Motor Mile? Another big vertical hit for the big Ford out of Maryland. See the green glow of the LEDs underneath as Corey Snyder looking to maybe wrap up his run with something spectacular. Trying to find a good spot to get this going, and this is what I was talking about. This has become his specialty in this machine. High velocity cyclones, look at him whip it around. Corey Snyder in Toxic with the Cyclone. Great way to finish up that strong freestyle for the big Ford out of Bethesda, Maryland. Second generation monster truck driver, doing the family proud. Corey Snyder in Toxic with an awesome run here at the Motor Mile. Here's a look at that Cyclone. You'll see. Once he got it going, it just stayed in one spot. Starts to lift up on the front wheel there, let out of it, and kept spinning around even when it wasn't under power. That's how fast he got that thing going. Now, Aaron Basil in the Exterminator. Did not quite have the showing he was looking for in the race competition. Still ended up with 3rd place after being drawn back into the field due to breakage. And ran very well there, but I know he was thinking he was going to make it through to the finals. Of course, with a DQ in round number 1, that did not happen for him. May take out some frustrations here in freestyle. We know he's got the right foot for it. He's definitely got the experience to make this thing work. Not wasting any momentum out there. He got in front of an obstacle and drove right over it. Kind of letting the truck drift where it wants to go and then just going with whatever it lines up. The Exterminator, the Amlio Motor Oil machine of J.R. McNeil. Aaron called in to fill in for him. Doing that team proud here this weekend at the Motor Mile Speedway. Nice hit up the back of the bus stack. Again, I don't know if this is going to be a takeover run. Brandon Budd set the bar so high, and it looks like Aaron's going to shut it down right there. I'm not sure if there was a problem or if that was just by choice, but looked like he was going to take aim at the bus there for a second and then just pulled off to the right-hand side. There may be a mechanical problem there, but it was a solid effort. Aaron Basil out of Grand Island, Nebraska, representing the Florida-based Exterminator, the Amley Motor Oil machine out of Deltona, Florida. And now, speaking of Deltona, Florida, the man himself, Roy Bridgen, and the Ice Cream Man. Big hit to open things up in the Big Dodge out of the Sunshine State. This guy has been giving them thrills all night long here in the Old Dominion. They absolutely love the Ice Cream Man here at the Motor Mile Speedway. Again, big hit right there back in 2016. He put this thing on its top, coming over an RV jump on this track. And right now, I think the fans might be hoping to see something like that again, though I know Roy would not like to be doing that body work tonight. The truck looks awesome right now. He'll still give him a thrill, though. He's got the momentum up. He's getting the hang time. He opened up with a big move. Roy Bridgen in the Ice Cream Man, laying down a run. The others are going to have to go after the Big Dodge out of Deltona. They are getting the most out of that flyaway. Some nice hang time right there. Smoking the tires down there on the asphalt. Roy Bridgen and the Ice Cream Man burning off some raw fuel there at the end of the run. He'll wrap things up. That was a really strong run right there. Definitely rivaled Brandon Budd, but did it take over? Budd setting the bar so high right now. These guys are really going to have to push these trucks. Roy definitely up in that realm where Brandon Budd set the bar as Bridgen heads off the track. We bring out Fluffy Kevin King out of Waycross, Georgia. Our final freestyler got in a little bit of trouble over there. Truck shut down on him for a second, I think, as he Heads on around the big Volkswagen bus. He has got to go hard to knock Brandon Budd and Roy Bridgen down, because right now those guys are sitting 1-2. I'm not sure what order they're in either. They both use this track to perfection. Kevin King out of Waycross, Georgia, getting some nice hits. And look at the way this thing lands. I want you to notice it does not bounce. He's got these shocks set very, very well. Talk about a well-prepared machine here for Kevin King. Hard hit right there. A big hit up over the bus stack. Again, just touching the rear tires to the edge of the ramp and driving it easily down the flyaway. Back up and over the bus jump. Nice hit right there for Kevin King. He's got some really good momentum going right now. Something looks like it might be going wrong either in the suspension or maybe one of the sway bars is not quite functioning the way it's supposed to, but the truck's getting a little bit more bounce as it goes along. He may have lost some shocks there in the rear end. Not taking anything away from him, though. This is just a really hard surface to land on. Even if you've got all your ducks in a row, you can get in a lot of trouble landing from way up on this hard surface here at the Motor Mile Speedway. He's still pushing that thing, though. It looks to me like he's got some shocks that they've compressed and they won't come back out. Maybe the shock shafts are actually staying up in the shock bodies and they're not releasing, because the rear end, at least on that left rear, it looks like it's bouncing around an awful lot. I'm not sure if that is exactly the problem, but it doesn't seem to be giving him the absorption that he needs to make those big hits he was making when he first came out, and that's going to be disappointing to him. However, still laid down a run the kids loved here at the Motor Mile Speedway. They love Fluffy. Kevin King going to wrap things up here tonight from Radford. He was the final competitor and did not disappoint. Not quite the run I think he was hoping for. There's one of the guys who's hoping he won this thing. That's Roy Bridgen. They're walking up to check out the big machine out of Waycross, Georgia. Crew member looking underneath. They've got a few problems to take care of. Your winner, though, in freestyle is going to be Brandon Budd, the big Hummer H2 out of Culpeper, Virginia, Buckshot. Had that big hang time, some wild moves. He's been getting after it all night tonight, and with the problems he's had, it's got to feel good to take a freestyle win with that big hang time he had over the step up and some bigger hang time off the flyaway. Our congratulations to Brandon Budd. We thank you for joining us here in Radford with the Monster Truck Racing League. We will see you next year here at the Motor Mile.